Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's Thursday, August 20th, 2026. I'm starting off a little bit different here today because there's a lesson to be learned. Bulls and bears are going to, look at things in different ways. And so I want to give you an example of this right now and what could be happening. And so we'll start off on the 65. We'll go to SPX on the daily. So we'll do a reverse of what we usually do and go along with the VIX as well. And then we'll stop the public video. For the members video, we added on a trade on Lulu and a MicroStrategy. Call on Lulu and put on MicroStrategy. So we're going to talk about that. We got a request for Bitcoin, even though we do that each and every day. I'm going to make sure I spend a good second on Bitcoin. And we'll go over all the other indices as usual. And by the way, if you're new here to the memberships or the public, play this at 1.5 speed or so. Oh, we're getting a little rising action from Lulu. And if you want to get these videos intraday and or get the membership videos that are much more in depth and learning, then consider becoming a YouTube supporter or a higher membership. There, it's $10, and you can go to Patreon if you want to and get the full year for $90. So let's jump into it, you guys. We have SPY on the 65-minute. So what I want to focus on, we talked about all this yesterday, so we're going to focus on where this could go in either direction. But we're kind of in no man's land, right? We broke the bottom here, so why isn't this just falling? Well, it appears that we still have buyers. There's two ways you can look at this. Let me get this arrow out of the way. I want to... Okay, two ways you could look at this. We're looking at this as a possible left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We break down measured move right in the 200 moving average and this previous support and resistance, and also a gap fill. Lots of things happen in there. That seems like the obvious, right? But if you're bullish on this, at least for a bounce, you have this set up. Here is a bullish falling wedge. Now, the thing is, this wedge can break out. Great. You have positive divergence. Wonderful. But in a bear market, you have to be really, really careful. If this is starting to roll over, you have two things that can happen. If this drops out of the wedge, then we have a big problem here. Then we're probably going to have that meltdown that we were talking about, because that would be a failed setup. All right. If the other thing is, and either way, I'm not looking for a new high. If we hold on to this low, then we should see not only a gap fill, also this fake break, the false break from the head and shoulder, right? You rejected off of it twice on the 65-minute. So you got to get back above 767, a little above there. And then you want to see this break from the wedge. And my guess is if we have this bounce, we'll have to look at the indicators as this occurs, if it even does. You're going to put your retracement tool and see if we can get a bounce to the 50-60% here to finish closing off this little gap that was left open. I know that most traders do the daily gaps, and that's that. So this would be closed on your daily gap, but that's not how I do things here. Okay, so we'd look for the breakout. This is the bullish scenario for me. And so we have near-term calls just added at these lows. And then we rolled out, and we'll add on to put positions into the golden pocket here for the next move lower. And then we can start to measure what this move might look like. So again, this very well could be the case. Okay, we have a VIX cycle low at about Monday, around Monday. So that could be turnaround Tuesday or so. So if we get this bounce, maybe we have Friday and Monday being bullish, and then we get our reversal. That would be that scenario. This sort of doesn't play out the same way if we just start falling from this wedge. All right, we start dropping from this wedge, and then we have real problems from there, because that would be some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe we have an extension here in the 5, and then a really bear scenario. And this, the charts aren't, the indicators don't really show this because it's positive divergence. You're on the lows right now, a 1, 2, 1, 2, and this goes much further. So kind of leaning towards this wedge breakout and fail, because we do have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wave move down. We do have an impulse wave. Okay. So that's what we're looking for. And then the extension also could be where you don't get a new high here and you just have a 1, 2 setup, and you probably don't even break out of the wedge. All right. From the past, my past experience, the wedge usually plays out and then breaks down afterwards. Okay, that's just from my experience. So what will the catalyst be? We have PMI in the morning before the bell. Oh, by the way, we had jobless claims came through pretty much with consensus here. Nothing to really look at there. Nothing changed with the Fed watch. The jobless claims, that was today. PMI tomorrow morning after the bell, 9:45 a.m. Maybe that's the catalyst to bounce the market a little higher. So we'll see. We'll see what the price action gives us. What I'm positioned in the real short term, meaning Friday and Monday, going higher, and then I'm positioned in puts lower after that. And for all of you members, we are in a cycle window for a low. Does that mean the low is in and we make new highs? Daily cycle low? Could be. But my guess is that we're in this cycle for another week, and we see lower prices going into that cycle low. VIX, what does that look like? Okay, well, if the case is that we do get our bounce first, look at this. We're forming a little bear flag. And two things could happen. This could be a neckline for head and shoulder, and we get this pullback here. So that scenario would mean that the market is going a little bit higher for its bounce. And that would be our scenario right now, where it comes back to the possible wedge here. Maybe the wedge breaks and we go into the VIX cycle low after a little bear flag breakdown. And then we get our move afterwards. This is where, with the information that I'm given right now, unless this neckline breaks, and then we call this a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, starts to break out, we get some sort of catalyst, some sort of news, whatever it is, then this is bullish. Then this is, you got a nice measure move. They'll probably make it up into this zone. But timing wise, looking at all of these things, it does look like we may come down and test this larger wedge bottom first. And this is what we learned yesterday. It's what we talked about, the liquidity area that was being formed. And so if we come back and test that liquidity area, that is definitely a good buy zone for the VIX. All right, let's go to SPX and give a little larger perspective. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, we're in no man's land, right? There's nothing here. So in my opinion, from just this visual naked chart, this should at minimum backtest this line, very minimum, at 7,600. Close the gap. Ascending triangle backtest. Okay. But the only thing that's holding us is that wedge. So and maybe we have retail buying the wedge support, but then you have this 8 EMA that's rolling over. Right? You have to be very careful with the 8 EMA. We rejected off of it once. We're underneath it. It just seems that the best area here is at least at minimum right here. Again, this is options expiration, so you have to be super careful on whatever you do. And remember also, we're comparing this to sort of our playbook. We had the breakout, and then we're looking for this to continue to break down. Yes, you got reactions off of that 20, but price kept going underneath the 50 and the 20 to get underneath. Now, this is a classic trading pattern, okay? And there's two ways those trading patterns can go, and I talk about these all the time. You break levels, and then you backtest. The other, and we don't know what this is going to do, the other situation is that we get to the levels and bounce, then reject and break down through the levels after that. I'm not saying where this is going, but this would be your other classic trading pattern. Now, there is a pattern where you trade around level, but these are more common. You get to the level, you have a reaction off of it, then you break down, or you break under it, and then back test it, and then break lower. Okay, so we don't know which one's going to play out. We don't even know if we're going to get here first. If we do, we got to fight against this 8 EMA. Got to get back above it, which now you're putting the bull scenario where we have a low here. And I know that this looks like a 3-wave move. So this could easily be an A, B, C, expanded flat for wave 4, and you get a wave 5. That would be your bullish scenario. So if we get back above this 8 EMA, the bullish scenario is in play until otherwise, proven wrong. But for now, we're underneath here. The next possible spot looks around 7,600. All right, that's all we have for this one. We could look at the McClellan oscillator. Getting a little bit weaker. You actually have a little bit of a positive divergence in no man's land here, which can certainly play out. Here's no man's land, but you have positive divergence right here. Went much lower on that move and had more positive divergence. So you could see that price ended up going higher for a bounce and created a range. I guess that's the appropriate way to say this. It created a range, and this was the bottom of the range. I give positive divergence twice before making a low. Does the same sort of thing happen here? We'll see. Okay. Let's go to the VIX. Put our moving averages back on. And there's that large wedge that we're looking at here. Do we go back test that wedge again? if we go directly right now, if we get a catalyst and we start bouncing the market, then I think it's a good possibility that we can see into the cycle low here. Price come down. But technically speaking, the 23rd is on a Sunday, so start at the 20. Now look at that. So, yep. So 8:23 is the start. So that's actually Sunday. So what we have to do is it actually Monday. So that gives us Friday, Thursday, Wednesday of this week. And that was yesterday. So the low, technically, by this window low, can be in. It can be in now. Okay? And that would be our higher low that we talked about. All right, I know that I'm not giving you a definite, but the thing is when you're talking about trading, you get these scenarios in your head and then you trade off of them. If this happens, then I can do this. If that happens, then I can do that. That's what trading is. Trading is not me predicting and saying, we're going this way. We're going exactly this way. How you have to have these different scenarios and then trade off of them. All right. So that's the sort of lesson we have today. The market ultimately, I think, is going lower. I think the VIX is going higher, but how it gets there, that's going to be the big question. We have the momentum up so far, but trend is still down. So we might even get a little squeeze in there, a little pinch, as they call it. All right, you guys, this is it for the public portion of the video. Mark that at 17:08. Okay, members, let's go ahead. Let's start off with